Hey, welcome to API demo video number 5. Um, so in this video, we are going to talk about installing the Git CLI, which is the command line interface, and also get, hopefully at the end of the last video, you went and created a GitHub account. And then we are going to use that GitHub account to create a repository for our project on GitHub. Your first step is, and I have this in the comments of the video, or rather the video description, you need to install the Git command line tools. So this is the page where you do that. I've already done this, so I don't need to. And click on your operating system and download the system. If you haven't done that yet, pause the video. We'll do a little time travel. And when you unpause it, I'm going to talk about checking to see if you've done it correctly. All right, welcome back. So now that you have your Git command line tools, you should have access to Git. So if you just type the word Git, you should get a whole list of commands that are available for you to use. If for whatever reason you don't have this, you may need to go back and check your Git installation, check the documentation, and make sure that you have it working correctly. So I'm going to go forward assuming that this works. So now you have access to the Git command line tools. And now you also need to go on GitHub. Hello, Fred. This is my cat, another one. So now you need to go to GitHub itself. If you haven't set up a profile yet, that's fine. You can go and do that later. As you can tell, I use GitHub a lot, so I have a lot of stuff up there. But the main thing that you need to worry about right now is just creating a new repository. So if you click on the little plus symbol at the top right of the page, you get access to this menu. We're going to say new repository, and I'm creating this too for the first time, so we can do it together. And this is going to be called API demo. Now, whatever you named the folder on your computer needs to be the same name as your repository here. So if you don't like what you named your folder on your computer, go ahead and change that first, and then make both names the same. It's kind of a mess if you don't do this, so just make your life easier, name them the same thing. And description. This is an API. Hopefully you come up with something better than this, and I will too and change it, but not under the pressure of live recording. So finally, you're going to see this little checkbox down here of initialize this repository with the README. Don't do it. Please don't click this right now. We are going to create our own README file. If you do create this, it's going to create some conflicts between the repository that we have on our computer and the repository that exists here. So we just want this to be completely blank on the site. And now I'm clicking create repository. It's happening. Let me just minimize myself, get out of the way. Okay, so now all of these potentially scary command line things come up, but we're going to walk through it. We're going to ignore the README line for now. I promise we're going to add one. If the main thing we want to do is back in our project on our terminal, I'm actually going to split the screen just to make this nice and easy to see. If you want to know how I did that, there is a little tool called Spectacle that you can download, at least for Mac. And it allows you to do cool, very easy keyboard commands to split up all of your screens. I'm going to clear out my terminal because there's a lot there. And now I'm going to follow the directions from this line. So git init. This is saying, hey, this project is now a GitHub repository. And I have some fancy terminal tools that will automatically tell me what branch I'm on. We'll talk about branching in a moment. We're going to ignore the README line for now. So git add. Now, we're not adding the README, but we are adding all of the directories and all of the packages that are already in our project. So I'm going to say git add, and this dot means all. And now I'm going to say git status, and this shows us what's going to be in our initial commit. So we've got the package lock, we've got the package.json, and we have one file in our project other than those two package.json files, which is our server.js, which should be completely empty right now. You'll notice that test isn't included in there. Git does not look for empty folders. So later on, when we add some files to test, it'll get added and it'll all be fine. So now we need to commit these files. So add is the first step. That just puts them in a staging area. Commit is saying, yeah, we want to actually add these. So you'll see they have a command git commit -m, first commit, or initial commit. It's whatever you want. The -m is a flag that says message. Git will not let you commit anything without a message. If you omit the -m flag and you try to commit something, it will essentially open up your text editor and force you to type something. So if you just want to do a short and sweet message, -m is perfectly fine. All right, so now we have committed. And you'll notice that master, I was just checking, I just got paranoid for a second that I hadn't been recording the whole time, and I really don't want to have to go through this again, so apologies there. So you'll notice that my master branch turned to green. Again, if you don't have these tools installed, it's not going to do that. But for me, it's a signal that my staging area has been cleared. There has been a commit made now, and I can start working on another branch if I want. However, this commit is not on GitHub yet. So you'll notice the next line here is git remote add origin. You're only going to need to do this particular command once. It's just telling GitHub, or rather, it's telling Git on your computer where you're going to be pushing this up to. I don't know why I'm typing this, so I'm just going to copy and paste to make sure that I get this perfect. So this is the web address where your project lives, and we're just telling it that's where it goes. And then finally, this git push -u origin master. So git push origin master is giving the final command for your code to be added to GitHub. You'll notice a bunch of magic. It's compressing objects, it's writing objects, it's telling you how many are there. And now it's there. So we are going to go, I'm going to click on the project name here, and ta-da, it's live. So now we have a commit, and it tracks by the commit time, not the push time. So we did do the commit about 2 minutes ago, and then I talked a bunch. And here's the server file, which is absolutely empty. Here are our package, here's the package.json file. So there you go. I think this is a great stopping point, and in the next video, we're going to create a new branch, and then I'm going to explain what that means, and then we're going to start putting together our server file.